Greetings, fellow Watch Comrades, and welcome to the 14th installment of the Watch Komrade Show, brought to you by Russia to All. I'm Craig Hester, the Watch Comrade, and we appreciate you joining us yet again. I'm particularly excited this week because this is our first edition where we talk about the Denissov watch brand. Before I jump into the watches, we're going to talk a little bit about the brand. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, Denissov is another one of the Russian brands that we represent here in North America. And it's a brand we're very proud to represent because they produce some of the most interesting and exceptional timepieces coming out of Russia today. It's a family company, what you might call a boutique company. They don't produce a wide variety of styles and complications. They focus on just a few specialized designs, coming out with new things only every now and then, not a big sweep every year. They also focus on the higher end. Their watches all start at several $100s. They're not inexpensive by any means, but you get a great deal of quality for the money. They focus a lot of their efforts on the chronograph models, and in particular on these elaborate, very heavy, detailed cases. They don't do any exhibition case backs. It's actually one of their credos. They focus on a more highly designed, often sculpted, if not even bas-relief style on the case backs. The company was founded in 1951. Well, actually, it has a history that goes back to 1951 when the father, Vladimir A. Denissov, started working at the first Moscow watch factory, and he worked his way up through the ranks there over the decades. And 48 years later, this company is now run by the son, Ilya Denissov, whom I've had the pleasure of meeting, who actually designs all the watches from soup to nuts, and everything you see coming out of the Denissov line. Ilya is responsible, obviously learning a great deal from the tutelage of his father. So that's what we're focusing on this week, is the Denissov brand. It's an exciting, relatively young in comparison brand, with a great deal of just energy and just bravado to the watches that they produce. We've got 3 watches this week. Now, I know I said I was only going to focus on 2 per episode, but 2 of these are extremely similar. They're both Aero Navigators, and since I had the 2 in stock, really the only difference is dials, and one of the cases has the chrome plating, or is chrome, and one has the matte finish. So let's start off talking about the Aero Navigator. The Aero Navigator, which I happen to be wearing mine this week, has definitely been one of the most successful Denissovs ever. It did extremely well here when it was presented on US shopping television. It is just a sturdy, in-your-face, no kidding around kind of chronograph with an interesting case. It's one of those that really, when I look at it, I think there's probably nothing I would change about it. It actually, if you look at here on these pins, and again, of course, you'll see more detail in the picture-in-picture of the close-ups of the watch. These pins are all enameled screws, and they actually hold the case together. It's a 3-piece case with 4 of the screws at each corner. So this is a big, complicated case, enameled on the end of the crown as well, with the name Denissov. And actually, as small as it is on here, it's amazing how crystal clear it is on the crown. This is the 3-eye chronograph in this version. That means that not only does it have the elapsed time and the standard sweep second, it has the 24-hour clock at the 3rd position. Now again, there's 2 different styles here. Basically, and you'll see this clearly in the picture-in-picture, it's really just a matter of taste as to how many times do you want to see the Arabic numerals on the chapter ring, whether you like the silver subdials versus the outline subdials. It's all just, you know, whether you like a chromed finished case or a matte finished case. That's really the difference here in these Aero Navigators. But it is the full function chronograph, manual wind based on the 3133. This is the 31681. That means that it has the 24-hour complication as opposed to the 3133, which is just the 2-eye chronograph, or the 31679, which is your chronograph with the moon phase in it. Now, again, these cowls are separate pieces as well, although now it's a 22mm strap on this. You could put any strap on here, but obviously the original one is designed and featured for this watch. Those cowls are a separate piece that cover the strap. This is a 45 millimeter case on here, I believe. Let me double check what we've got here. Yep, actually a little over 45, even from, let's see, from edge to edge, you've got, from edge to edge, corner to corner of the square, it's like 52. So this is a big watch. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for somebody who wants subtlety on their wrist. I don't have a really big wrist, but you can wear it. You don't have to have a big wrist. Mine's a little under a little bit under an 8-inch wrist. You don't have to have a big wrist to wear it. But know that this is not for you know, somebody who doesn't want the big, in-your-face, you know, sturdy look of the bigger Russian watches that are out today. That's what you're getting with the Denissov Aero Navigator. Now, of course, this is going to come with free shipping, as all watches do on the Watch Komrade Show. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter where you'll get the best deals. Even on the watches this week, it's not just free shipping. That's what we offer on the Watch Komrade Show. If you want an even better deal, you need to sign up for the newsletter, because that's where you find out the special, exclusive, private deals for our newsletter subscribers only. It's going to be the last 4 digits of the SKU number, whether that's numbers or whether that's alpha, it doesn't matter, alphanumeric, whatever the last 4 are, plus FS, gets you the free shipping from the show. Alright, the other, oh, let's see, how thick is this one? How thick is this puppy too? Because it is a thick watch. Wow, 14.3 millimeters. So 14.5 millimeters thick on this one as well. The other major one, which has been an extremely popular one as well, in fact it's hard to compare these two in terms of popularity or people who get them and how much they enjoy them, because the Barracuda and the Aero Navigator are easily the two most successful of the Denissov watches. This particular one, well, first of all, what's new in the latest versions of the Barracuda is it does come with the leather deployant clasp, and this is not your flimsy kind of deployant on this like you see on some leather straps, you know, where it's just a kind of an afterthought. This is heavy duty surgical grade stainless steel with the brand on the movable piece here to give you whatever particular width you need. And these are generous straps on all 3 of these Denissovs, okay? So you've got the deployant clasp on here, you've got your heavy padded leather strap. This comes with that tobacco brown dial that is so popular these days, and on the Barracuda it just looks amazing. You'll see in the picture-in-picture that, you know, in the sub-picture of this, how much it just sparkled. The dial on this just grabs the light and sparkles. It has, especially the sub-dials, which just pick up the light beautifully with the concentric circles, the tight concentric circles on those sub-dials. It has the Denissov logo on the crown. This is a screw-in crown. All 3 of these are 10 ATM water resistant. The thing about the Barracuda though is that bas-relief case back that just is amazing nautical theme on this. Looks like a porthole cover, and they just did such a beautiful job with this, with the Barracuda little emblem on the back, the Denissov 1951. I mean, this makes this, let's see, this is even thicker, I believe. This is like a 46 millimeter case across, and it is almost 16 millimeters thick. So again, this is not if you want something subtle, like, well, coming up soon we're going to be doing the long-awaited special section on a special show on the Raqueta, the exclusive number limited edition we did, and one of the smaller Baran alarms. Those are smaller, less aggressive, more of a dressy type watch. This is a watch for the guy who wants people to notice their watch and wants them to know that they're wearing a Russian timepiece. We're talking about the Barracuda or the Aero Navigator. So you've got 3 to choose from this week, during this show, 2 Aero Navigators with different dials, and the brown dial, not been out very long, the brown dial Barracuda by the Denissov Watch Company. They're right out of Moscow. Everything's done there in Moscow. Design, assembly, so forth, and the movements, of course, built by MacTime, who now builds the former Poljot movements. So don't miss out on this. Be sure and check out the special segments on this so you get the close-up details. Like I said, the dial on this one just pops unbelievably. But again, I want to stress, if you're somebody who doesn't want a big watch, if you don't want an aggressive watch that's going to really be big on your wrist, I mean, it just swallows Sarah's wrist, as you'll notice and hello Sarah again, always. Thanks for joining us. In fact, Sarah rushed in to do this special shoot at the last minute today for this Denissov special, and we appreciate that. So if you're not into the big and aggressive, you don't want to pick up an Aero Navigator or a Barracuda, because they are not for the faint of heart. All right. Well, as always, I'm Craig Hester, the Watch Comrade, and keep watching.